Hello and welcome back to The Give and Go. I'm your coach Reynoso here with my boy
Soltero. What's up, y'all?
Back with daily La Liga, getting all the takes and reactions we can to these La Liga matches. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Join the Give and Go community as we cover La Liga and many other leagues this entire season. In today's action, we had Real Madrid tying Las Palmas, coming back from a 1-0 deficit and having Vinny Jr. tie up the match with a penalty, and Girona winning 4-0 against Osasuna. We got to start with Real Madrid, though.
Yeah.
Madridistas, what did you think about this result? What does this result say so far about the Mbappe effect and what we've seen so far from the team? And what was your takeaway with Real Madrid and Las Palmas in this matchup?
Well, this is their second draw out of 3 games to start La Liga. Concerned? I wouldn't be if I was a Madridista. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you said it right.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. But they looked fatigued. They didn't look like they wanted to be there at all, if I'm going to be completely honest. I know it's somewhat of a trek to go to the Canary Islands and play in the beautiful stadium that Las Palmas have.
Stadium.
I do understand that, but I say to start the season, they just look tired. And, you know, you see it in all sports when a team goes on a really crazy run the year prior. Obviously, Madrid won the double last year. So I get it. It is a slow start for Madrid this season. I don't think there's any other way to put it. That's why I wouldn't be concerned. But the reality is, I don't know, some of these players just don't seem as motivated yet. And that's the thing. It is August. I do get it. A lot of these players had very busy summers. Again, they went very deep in the Champions League last year. So I can understand it. But Vinicius today, it just didn't look like he wanted to be there, honestly. He scored a great penalty, but outside of that, all of his movements, all of his actions, I just thought were pretty lazy. Like he was just going through the motions of it. And I could honestly say that about most of Madrid's offense. But if you want to single out a player that probably shouldn't be performing poorly, it's Mbappe. Because he has no reason to be tired, if I'm going to be completely honest here. He should be taking this moment to be the guy. If the rest of Madrid's tired, it should be Mbappe stepping up. But I guess there's no other way to put it, but Mbappe's just not playing team football. He's not playing team football. Every time he gets it, he just goes straight at the player, tries to do everything on his own. They're completely disconnected. It's early, though. That's why I don't want to get too critical. But right now, Mbappe is just playing Mbappe ball. That's it.
Yeah, what is it? 1 goal in 4 games so far, including the Super Cup.
Yeah.
Madrid currently with 2 draws, 1 victory in La Liga. It's not concerning to me. It's not concerning. I agree. I think you were spot on with the analysis of these players are tired. They know that these games don't really have the same weight as the games they just went through 2-3 months ago. So it makes sense to me. And you just kind of pair that up against a Las Palmas team who was motivated today.
Yeah.
Who was happy to host Real Madrid and who was ready to go at them full throttle, 100% effort, and got them that early lead, bro, through... Was it Alvaro Moreira?
Yeah, Alberto Moreiro.
There you go. Scoring a beautiful, beautiful goal into the bottom right of the corner. Gives them the 1-0 lead. And honestly, watching what I saw from this game, I think Madrid was a little lucky to get that penalty, dude. I think it was a little lucky because I would have been interested to see how this Real Madrid team would break Las Palmas' defense without the need for a penalty. Like if it was just on the field through just the run of play, would they have been able to beat Las Palmas' defense based off of what we saw? I actually would have said no.
I would say no as well. Las Palmas looked comfortable in defense. They didn't have most of the ball for most of the game. That's just how it goes when you're playing against Madrid. But they never got stretched. It never got desperate for Las Palmas defensively. They were pretty much keeping out most of Madrid's action. But again, I put more of that on Madrid's offensive players for just not showing up at all. Las Palmas are super unlucky to not get the 3 points, man. I thought they completely deserved it. As you already pointed out, Moledo, who is a Las Palmas product, by the way, got a gorgeous goal, taking Militao to the fucking ringer, putting it nice and low against Courtois. It was a gorgeous goal, truly, truly. Sandro had an opportunity also in the second half, trying to go around Courtois, just couldn't really find that angle. And then Jaime Mata was offside on a play that Las Palmas actually scored on. Killer, dude. Absolutely killer. So frustrating, honestly, if you're Las Palmas, because the win was definitely there for y'all. Overall, a draw, I would say, is definitely earned for Madrid because they did have a lot of the ball, but Las Palmas definitely hard done.
No, and I like this Las Palmas team, man. Now their second consecutive year in La Liga, I believe, and I like how they're starting off the season so far. And then I was surprised to see Oliver McBurney is here, a Scottish man, 28 years old, striker, up top for Las Palmas Football Club. Crazy, bro. Crazy. They came in with a game plan that I think they executed to their best abilities. And ultimately, it is 1 point that they get, but an important point, bro, because as of right now, I know it's very early, but it moves them out of the relegation zone, which is good.
Yeah, it's very good. Las Palmas always play with a really fun offensive philosophy, and I think Moledo is very indicative of that. So they're always fun to watch. It's usually their defense that does them in, but they really took it to Madrid today, and the crowd was just beautiful, man. I love how dark the stadium is too. It looks so dark. The only thing that's lit up is the pitch itself, but everybody showed up, and dude, we got to go to a Las Palmas game.
I'd be down.
It looked lit, and I love that yellow. That yellow is so beautiful to see. So yeah, I just like how Las Palmas looks in general.
Las Palmas fans listening to us right now, let us know what you thought about your team. And Real Madrid fans, I need to get your takeaway on what this match was. Are you guys concerned? Because I'm sure there's some people out there who might be. Actually say what might have been a big reason for why we didn't see these players like as sharp as they usually are is they were missing what I would consider two leaders on the pitch, and Jude Bellingham, of course, who isn't here, and was actually a very important part of like keeping the players disciplined and in line in that attacking midfield role. But then also not having a guy like Toni Kroos.
Yeah.
I think maybe the impact of not having a leader, a coach on the field, such as Toni Kroos, might be showing itself right now here in the early season for Real Madrid, because he's the type of guy to hold guys accountable, to like lead the team onto the pitch and really translate the coach's game plan over. Because if you saw the images of Ancelotti today, bro, he looked pissed. He looked angry at the end of 90 minutes because of the effort, bro, the level of commitment that we saw from the players. So I think those two missing pieces in that midfield role is a big reason for why maybe Real Madrid wasn't at 100% today.
Yeah, it's a great point. Seeing Madrid's midfield evolve over this season without Kroos, I think, is going to be pivotal. If they can figure it out, they should be completely fine. But if they can't find a leader on the pitch that's right in the middle of that midfield, I do think they're going to struggle. It's actually a great point. It is funny though, because for a split second, I thought I saw the ghost of Kroos because Valverde, man, has the exact same number now, and then he like bleached his hair. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
I don't know what that's about.
I don't know what it's about.
He's trying to be coming, but it did confuse me a couple of times, dude. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. Kroos ain't here, and Valverde is trying to become that next man. Hopefully he will be, but he definitely has to step up that leadership aspect because the team does need him to do that. So yeah. Real Madrid ends up tying Las Palmas. Real Madrid still kind of like Atletico. Same results, 2 ties, 1 victory. The second game of the day I did not catch, but you did. We had Soltero, scouting Soltero. There's a little character for you.
Hi.
Scout Soltero on the pitch for Girona versus Osasuna. Didn't watch a minute of this game, but I'm seeing a 4-0 result. Can you describe this game to me with one word?
No. I can't do that. I won't do that. I will say, so if you watch the Girona Atletico review we did at the weekend, I said Girona actually did not play that bad. They lost 3-0, but they did not play as bad as 3-0 suggests. And they had another really good performance today, this time in Girona, hosting Osasuna. This game was more so that Osasuna just were horrible.
Really?
1 goal attempt from Osasuna, just one. One over the entire 90 minutes. And I saw it. It was in the 80th minute, and it was 30 yards out of the goal. It was horrible. They offered nothing offensively, but as I said against Atletico, Girona today, they just showed how good they are on the ball. The ball possession style of football that they played last season is still very much a part of how Girona play this season. They played that way against Atletico. Unfortunately, they lost that game 3-0, but they played that same way today against Osasuna. And against a weaker opponent, they've showed that Girona can still be successful this season. So it's actually a really good positive here, this win. 4-0 is fantastic. Abel Ruiz, I would say, scored the goal of the week, in my opinion. Go check it out. A beautiful chest layup from Yangel Herrera, the Venezuelan. And then Ruiz just blasted top bins. Beautiful goal. At the time, made it 3-0. Brian Hill looked active. He looked very active today. So I think Girona's offense especially their ball possession, looked very, very good today. And I think it's the only way they're going to get any sort of positivity for the rest of the season. They're just going to have to keep possessing that ball. Thing is, though, the same reasons why they lost the game against Atletico, those reasons are still very much here. They don't have difference makers, man. And we pointed it out. Savinho, Couto, and Dovbik, their absences are very much felt, and it was felt in this game. It's just that Osasuna ultimately caved to the possession, but against Atletico, against teams that are on par with Girona, I think Girona are going to struggle. But I just realized in this match, as I got to really focus in on Girona instead of Atletico, Girona are missing two more huge players this season. Dude, they got pillaged this offseason. Pillaged. They're missing in midfield Alex Garcia, who was so dynamic for them. There was rumors that he was going to Barcelona mid-season because he was that good last year. And then they're also missing Pablo Torre, a really young, exciting midfielder who was fantastic off the pass. They're both gone as well. So you consider it 5 massively effective players offensively gone for Girona. But what is cool, though, for Alex Garcia is he went to Leverkusen.
Nice.
He joined the Xabi Alonso project, and he's going to be a perfect signing for them. So that's actually a great piece of signing for Bayer Leverkusen specifically, because Garcia is a fantastic midfielder. But for Girona, bro, my goodness. But one player that did come off the bench that I'll be excited to see more of this season, 20-year-old Colombian forward winger Yasser Asprilla. Where's the number 10? It looks to be very quick, but he's also got that kind of Spanish type of style to him where he's very aware of what's going on around him and that he's willing to make that pass. He's just not all speed out on that wing. I think if he can get more incorporated into this Girona squad, he can be really good for Girona this season. He came from Watford last year playing in the championship in England, the second division. So I'll be curious to see if he can translate his game over to La Liga. He's very young, though, so he's still got room to grow. But also, just outside of La Liga, very exciting for Colombia, man. They are building something really special in the build-up to the World Cup. And if a 20-year-old Yasser Asprilla can be that next big winger for Colombia, you have Luis Diaz on one side, Asprilla on the other, it could be really good for Colombia's front line.
You got the Colombians over at Fluminense right now, too. John Arias and Serna also cooking. You got Colombians all over the world right now, bro. All over the world. Eddie Garcia's back at Barca. So they did lose him.
Yeah. My goodness.
He scored 5 goals for Girona last year.
Yeah, so that's 6. That's 6
that's another player, bro.
Starters gone. It's
Lord.
insane the amount of layover Girona's had to deal with over just a 2-month period.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Osasuna, though, man, in 12th place right now, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. What went wrong for them outside of just caving to possession here? I mean, is this team...
They just couldn't get the ball.
Really?
Seriously.
Wow.
Girona had so much possession, and Osasuna did nothing to try and get it back. They couldn't get physical with Girona, and then when they did get the ball, they were terrible. I was a little surprised, though, because, they have a player, Aymar Oros, who's with the Olympic squad this summer, starting every match. He couldn't get into the game. But they also have ex-Bayern Munich player who's on loan right now, actually, Brian Zaragoza, who popped out for Granada 2 seasons ago. He's on this team, and he's a fantastic player when he gets going. Couldn't get into this match whatsoever. So the key players that Osasuna needed to be effective in this match just could not get on the ball. So Osasuna overall had a horrible game.
Girona right where I like them now in 7th place with 4 points, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. I predict they end sort of in that range. I think that'd be a success for them given the pieces that they lost, but the talent that they still do have. Folks, if you watch Girona or if you watch Osasuna, I'd love to hear what you have to say about your team. Either one of these 2 teams, let us know your thoughts on this game and these matches overall. And make sure to comment, like, and subscribe as we cover more La Liga matches for the remainder of the season. Peace.